Hey everyone, it's Christina, the chronic illness or chronically ill homesteader. I should probably remember what I put on there. But I'm chronically ill, so I forget things. That happens. I am out here with my birds. I've got my baby turkeys. I got my big turkeys. I've got chickens. I've got my polar bears. I got my pig over there. I am hoping that the rain holds off for a little while because I need to fix this pen. I am going to be putting my bantams in there, and I'm raising some baby chicks for my friend, and when they're big enough to go out, they're going to go out with the bantams for right now, and hopefully get my supposed meat birds, they're supposed to be meat birds, I really don't think they're meat birds, into the chicken tractor, but I kind of feel like they're going to be Buff Orpingtons because they feathered out and they're not white. Cornish cross are white, so who knows what they are. If they are Buff Orpingtons, I'll get them to the point where they lay and I'll sell them, and I will get more meat birds. Because we only have 6 left in the freezer, and that's not okay. So we'll also be adding some turkeys once these guys are bigger. I've been Googling. I don't know how to sex a turkey, but I've been Googling, and I've been looking at my turkeys, and I think at least 6 of my 10 turkeys are females, which would be amazing. The males, they're going to go to freezer camp. I already have Agnar and Bartholomew, and I'm attached to them, and they're not going anywhere, and we don't need any more boys. Hi, Little Bit. I don't know if I told you guys about Little Bit. She is, I know my red looks terrible. She is the baby that came with the rehab 12 Isa Browns. She was a third of the size of everybody else, and didn't know if she was going to make it, but I actually put her by herself, and I nursed her back, and she has been a great mama to a bunch of chicks for a long time, and I really didn't want to let her out with everybody else. Not that I didn't want to let her out with everybody else. I didn't want to let her out because I didn't want anything to happen to her. When you free range, even with livestock guardian dogs, even with guineas, even with having a completely fenced in property, stuff happens. Aerial predators, things happen, and I didn't want something to happen to her. But I also am a big proponent, and one of the things we do here on the homestead is we want our animals to live their best lives. Even our meat birds, we want them to live their best lives and be able to be what they're supposed to be. So we free range our meat birds. They have a ball. They get to chase bugs and dust bathe and do all of those things. And I think that makes for a tastier bird. I know that sounds bad, but it does. And so I couldn't keep her in any longer. Like, that just was not fair to her. So she has been living her best life. She has been out here, but she does have blue band on her legs, so I can keep track of her. The other thing going on the homestead is I have been diagnosed with Ankylosing Spondylitis, which is inflammation in my lumbar spine right now. My MRI is very interesting looking, where you can see the inflammation in my lumbar spine light up like a Christmas tree. So that gives some explanation to my severe back pain. It's been chronic. I've had back pain since I was a kid, and this kind of makes me understand that a little bit better. So, getting epidural injections is going to be fun, but hopefully, my doctor says that if it works, then it should work for about 6 months, and that would be amazing because I'm tired of being in pain all the time. I'm really tired of it, and I don't want to do it anymore. I'm sorry, something just bit me. So hopefully that helps. The whole point of my page is honestly for homesteaders to get together and share ideas. I am really big on all the hacks, but also for people with chronic illness. It's not easy for us to live our lives. We have to overcome a lot of adversity in our lives, and we have to push through things that we don't want to. And sometimes we just can't. We just have to lie in bed or sit in a chair or do whatever it is we have to do. And I want this channel to be a safe place for people that have chronic illness, a safe place for people who have chronic illness and want to be homesteaders, a place where we can all share ideas, where we can be there for each other, and where we can connect. So that is what my channel is all about. I'm going to ramble on about my animals because I love them, and this is, a huge part of my life, and I don't know any other way that I would want to live. Mud, poop, and all. I'm going to get shirts made, and I think it's going to be either our farm or maybe it is going to be chronically ill homesteader branded, but I'm not going to tell you what it's going to say. You're just going to have to wait. There's going to be merch coming. Merch. Yeah, merch. Like and subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends, especially if they're homesteaders, especially if they're chronically ill. Even better if they're chronically ill homesteaders, so that we can all have a community and come together. But on this Saturday, that's what I'm going to leave you with, because I think it's going to storm again, and I need to get out of my yard. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Subscribe to my channel, tell your friends, and I'll see you later.